It's Brian Massard with Reminisce Angus Ranch today, and we are out moving our cows from one pasture to another. Ran out of feed, and so I'm going to turn it around real quick, and you can see these cows coming, Marces, and the dogs are bringing them down. They were coming down that nice little road right there, but Reminisce cows just love mountains, and so they're headed up to the very top. She's going to go up there and bring them down. And while we're waiting, rather than looking at me, I just wanted to share with you a little bit. We're at a crossroads as a society, as a culture, as a beef industry right now, as a consumer right now. And we're at a time that we have got to start working together, and it's amazing. There's now a push to start giving people pills for high cholesterol, and there's a push to start paying ranchers a subsidy because they can't make a living in ranching. And that right there tells you that something is absolutely wrong when they're paying people to not eat beef and they're paying ranchers to not raise beef. This is just a cover. The whole thing is in the name of climate change. The USDA, who is supposed to watch out and help assist in the livelihood of farmers and ranchers in rural America, is paying tens of millions of dollars to grow cellular, is what they call it. It's lab-grown meat. Do you see any labs up there on this hill? Do you see any places where we're going to grow cellular meat? This actually is the natural lab right there. That's regenerative ag right there. And regenerative ag does not mean 100% grass fat. Cows never leave the ranch and never go to a feedlot. We ship our cattle, 90, it's a huge number. Almost all ranchers ship cattle off the ranch and they go somewhere else and they finish them. They never stop eating grass. They add corn and other byproducts that are non-human edible to the diet to finish cattle. Now, if you raise cattle on grass, 100% grass fat, then you're using half of your place to run your cows and half of your place to finish cattle for grass fat. That's regenerative ag. You're using 100% of it. If we ship our calves off the ranch and we use 100% of the ranch to raise our cows, that's regenerative ag. Anytime you see a cow out there and hooves out there in that factory that you're looking at right now, cows eating grass naturally. And the factory, the only lab that's out there is inside of their bellies. And that what you see right there, cows eating grass, that's carbon neutral. It's absolutely carbon neutral. The grass pulls the carbon out of the sky. The cows turn around, eat the grass. They need the oxygen. The grass needs the carbon dioxide. It's amazing to me how many people want to just eliminate carbon dioxide 100% from the earth. Well, that's about the end of the world as we know it, because all the plant life needs carbon dioxide. So there's a balance. There's always things we can do to improve, but there's your laboratory right there. 100% carbon neutral. And so it's time we start working together. We've got to there's doctors, hundreds of doctors, maybe thousands of doctors all across the world that have hundreds of documents, studies, papers proving that animal fat not only is not bad for you, but one of the healthiest things you can put into your body. It's time to get together. Most ranchers don't even know that fat's good for them. And I hate to say that, but I have talked to ranchers, I've talked to butchers, I've talked to feeders, I've talked to processors that are still afraid of eating fat, that it's a heart attack. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have a heart attack. I better go eat salmon. That's untrue. Absolutely untrue. And when our industry is not aware of that and they're ready to give up and take a subsidy, guess who? That same USDA that's been managing our demise for over 60 years and telling consumers not to eat beef is the one that's writing your check. And they all want to do it digitally. So when they start giving you money, they're going to start telling you what you can raise. And be thinking about that before you give up. And there's a world of consumers out there that support ranchers. And there's a lot of common ground. So we got to start working together. It's not the big four packers. That's all I've heard for 30 years, and I thought that was the answer. That's simply a symptom of the problem. It's simply a symptom of the fraudulent lie that USDA has put out there that fat is bad for you. And so I'm not saying we're not going to go after grain, we're not going to go after sugar. That's not our fight. We simply need to change the US dietary guidelines and remove the limit of animal fat in our diet. That's all we're asking for. And we have got doctors and legislators. We've got to have our industry behind us. Stop fighting each other over the symptoms, the causes of this. They're not. And so with that, sign up to our videos, sign up to our Instagram on reminisceangusbeef.com. Support us through remangusbeef.com. If you don't want to be hooked on a subsidy, if you don't want a handout from the government, the consumers are going to get their check or their food stamp to go buy lab-grown meat, and the same USDA wants to give ranchers a subsidy to stop raising beef, all in the name of climate change. It's all a guise, it's all a smoke screen, it's all a lie, and there's a chance for everyone to come together right now. And so keep track of what's going on. Stay tuned from Reminisce Angus Beef. We are always leading the industry back to the future. So stick with us.